Saltburn has been compared a lot to the talented Mr. Ripley, and fairly so. It follows Oliver Quick Barry Keoghan, an ostensibly poor Oxford student on a scholarship. He hasn't even gotten to his dorm before he's mocked for his conservative clothes, which may as well serve as a sign that reads "I'm way less off than the rest of you." His only friend is a neurotic geek who screams at him to ask him a sum so he can prove his genius. From across the college's square, he spots Felix Jacob Elordi. Felix is handsome, tall, has a title, and comes from so much generational wealth it would make the Murdochs jealous. But Felix is living an entirely different experience to Oliver, one full of parties, girls, drugs, and so much adoration. When the two men bump into each other and Oliver does Felix a kindness, they become quick friends. Felix is compelled by Oliver's story of his drug-addicted father and drunken mother. He has nothing, and Felix has absolutely everything, so after Oliver has a family death, Felix invites him to Saltburn, his family estate, for the summer. They'll love you. Felix tells Oliver, referring to his family, his mother, Elspeth Rosamund Pike, is just as riveted by Oliver's horrific beginnings. She feeds off the poverty porn and reminds Oliver again and again how awful he has it. Felix's sister Venetia Allison Oliver sees Oliver as a new toy to play with, but, as she says to him, Felix doesn't like to share his toys. In the background, seeing through Oliver's politeness and humility, is Felix's cousin Farla Archimatical, waiting for the penny to drop so Oliver can be exposed for what he truly is. Saltburn's downfall comes in its lack of message. If it had been released 4 years ago, it may have shocked audiences and felt like something fresh, something that was peeling back the luxurious carpet of the wealthy to show them for how ugly they can be. But then we had Succession, The White Lotus, The Menu, and so many other titles that beat it to the punch. Saltburn doesn't eat the rich so much as it licks them, slurps them, and then spits them back out. What Fennel does achieve here is a hilarious case of pointing and laughing at them. Richard E. Grant and Rosamund Pike are the stars as Felix's lord and lady parents. They become so drunk from their wealth that they can't see straight when someone dies. Elspeth dismisses it, saying she'd do anything for attention. There are some big laughs here, partly from Fennel's observant writing and partly from the talented actors executing it. And while the material is hilarious and observant, it isn't biting. However, it has to be said, Fennel goes to places that other directors, especially ones exploring the British class system, would never. Oliver's infatuation with Felix devolves into a full-blown obsession. You might think a quick and dark shot of Oliver touching himself as he watches Felix through a cracked door would be enough to tell the audience where Oliver's head is at. Oh no. Not for Emerald Fennel. Saltburn, despite a beautiful cast and familiar beats, will make you increasingly uncomfortable. Bodily fluids are flying around the place, and sex is a manipulative game where a clear winner and loser comes out. Fennel is deserving of all the recognition here as, although the story itself is nothing groundbreaking, how she embellishes it to make the audience uneasy right until the last second is something very few mainstream directors would do. It's in these uncomfortable moments where Saltburn very much stands out of Ripley's shadow. What is gloriously fresh about Saltburn is the juxtaposition between these opulent English estates and the modern banalities within them. We are so used to only seeing these locations in costume dramas set centuries ago. Here, we see the beautiful Saltburn, with its paintings of all the King Henrys and antiques dating back ages. Against this, Felix and co. read the newest Harry Potter and discuss whether the iconic trio ever had a threesome. They watch Superbad on couches that cost tens of thousands of pounds, and they scream at the Ring Inn. Their silks and cashmere, the 1%, are brought firmly down to earth, where they indulge in the same commercialism as all the peasants they're afraid of. The parties look like they've come from Project X, with 2000's electric pop hits replacing Mozart. Bridgerton, this is not. It's hilarious to behold, and a reminder that when it comes to filling the evenings or entertaining ourselves, we're all on par.